PEP Radio is a part of the Pennsylvania Equality Project that plays music, news, and weather, actively advocating for the LGBTQ+ and disabled since 2024.
PEP Radio, available on Live 365, Roku, Alexa, and at paquality.com.
Here at Gay SA Radio, we're very happy to welcome the Othering podcast to our airwaves. Catch the show every Thursday at noon CAT, bringing fresh voices and compelling conversations straight to you.
Head over to gsaradio.stream to find out how you can tune in and become part of our family. Don't miss it, only on Gay SA Radio, where you are family.
Gay Hive Magazine, all about the buzz of content for our community. Our content is like no other. It's all about being real, honest, and raw.
We're always looking for new reoccurring content for the magazine and regular content writers for our website. Gay Hive is currently seeking sponsors. Email hushmagazine001@gmail.com for details.
Gay Hive Magazine, all the buzz.
One man and one woman join forces to rid the world
What are you doing?
of inequality and fascism.
Seriously?
I'm trying to do a promo here.
For whom? What are you doing?
Welcome to the Othering Podcast with Mike and Dory.
Hello.
Hello. Hey. All right, today we are talking to Randi. Randi is an AuDHD content strategist and writer building a community for chronically ill and neurodivergent entrepreneurs to help them create business that honors their bodies and minds. The free community offers support, accountability, motivation, and more, while Randi also offers one-on-one and group support to help individuals fight their flow. She is also a podcast host of Chronically Cozy Life. And welcome, Randi. I was drawing a blank there. I was afraid I was going to get that wrong.
And it's
I
fine.
know it's such a mouthful, honestly, and I've tried to shorten it down, but it's so difficult.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I want to always say, I like saying chronically ill and neurodivergent people, because then they kind of know exactly who I'm talking to.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people have been of the opinion that I should just say disabled, because obviously it's shorter, it's less, and disabled is a perfectly fine word to use. Obviously, fully agree, 100%, all for the use of the word. However, I know for myself, it took some time to go from I went from I have chronic pain and I have ADHD to I have a chronic illness, I have found a thing that's causing it, I have a chronic illness, to accepting that I am disabled.
Mm-hmm.
That all of these things together make me a person that is disabled. So I always feel it's something that it's not a bad word by any means, but it is a word that some people need to take time to get used to.
Yep.
And not everybody identifies with it. So I feel that chronically ill, neurodivergent, and disabled are they're the same but different.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Right?
It takes a bit sometimes to kind of realize, oh shit, I'm disabled, or oh shit, I have chronic illness, because it's not, especially growing up where they don't always talk about disabled bodies being more than people in wheelchairs.
Yeah.
So you don't realize that chronic pain, chronic illness, all of those things, neurodivergence, are part of the disability label.
Yeah. And it absolutely is. And using the word disabled is a perfectly fine thing.
Yeah.
When you have been able to wrap your brain around it for yourself. And I think that some people, because they want it to be less stigmatized, which I 100% agree, it should be normalized and less stigmatized.
Yep.
They kind of force it.
Mm-hmm.
They're no, you should use it. It's not a dirty word. And I'm no, 100%. But not everybody identifies as. And that's totally okay.
So what did that process look like for you, coming to terms with that? That's not easy.
I feel like, I mean, like, it was a very behind the scenes kind of thing because, like, and like looking back at it now, I can see how the process has happened, but like, it wasn't an active thing. Like, I didn't have to, like I wasn't actively processing it, I think.
Yeah.
Like I said, I like, my chronic illness kind of started with, I have chronic pain. And then it was like, I have chronic pain and these other symptoms. And then it kind of kept progressing like that as I learned more about it. I was always ADHD, and like, there's definitely been like a lot of things going on there, but I am, for lack of better terms, I guess these days, high functioning. So like, I masked it well, and I didn't really like realize the ways that it was, really affecting my life for a while, until like I got into the points where like I didn't have a system for the things. So it was kind of just progressive, and like, and it's come to this point now where I mean, I still don't use the term like I am disabled as often as I would use the term I am chronically ill. Not for any other reason than that's just like how I've always said it. Like, it's not like, not a bad thing or anything, but yeah, now I've kind of come to the terms with like kind of getting to the point where I was like, I cannot get a job like that is going to work for me. Like, I just can't contemplate, like, I cannot think of like what could possibly work. I think that was the point where I was like, oh yeah, this is maybe a full-on disability.
Yeah. That'll do it.
Yeah.
And I think disability, as great of a word as it is, it's almost like saying person. And it doesn't necessarily explain, which is fine, because sometimes you don't want to tell people what, ails you or whatever it is that's causing you to be disabled. And I think with you saying, chronically ill, not chronicky.
That works.
It kind of narrows it down into, this is, why I'm disabled. I'm chronically ill. And it kind of, I see it as like, just a narrowing down to kind of, I guess you could say, be more specific.
Yeah.
Without being 100% specific, just kind of giving a name to it to let people know, yes, I am disabled, but I'm specifically disabled because I'm chronically ill.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
then,
and especially when a person can't see, like, obviously.
Right.
Like
when you're in a wheelchair, you say you're disabled, people are like, yeah, I can see that. But when you're walking around normally and like appearing to function, people are like, I'm like, oh, no, I have a chronic illness, like, which is all on the inside. By the way, that's why you can't see it, it's fine. No, you weren't supposed to be able to see it. It's okay. But the verbiage around it is so funny. And like, and it's such a weird thing. And like, in everything that I've gotten into, because in building my business, like, so I've worked with chronically ill people for a long time. I've been an entrepreneur for like 9 years now. I started my first business as a virtual personal trainer. Love doing that. I worked specifically with chronically ill people. And I always, again, like, I use the terms like people with chronic pain and illness. And I help them adapt and find modifications for their, like, for the exercises that fit for them. And so I've been doing this for a while and working with all like the verbiage and the everything. And it's always kind of like, it's always changing, and it's always like, it's so fun in the like, in the business side of things, and trying to like connect with the right people. Right. And like, and just as I've just added in the neurodivergent side specifically, because I'm learning more about it for myself now, and realizing how much that really plays into everything, and also how many of us are both. And so like, we all connect in some way. And when it comes down to it, like, the main thing is that we're honestly all tired. Like, that is like, when I ask if, what's the main thing holding you back? The fatigue. Always the fatigue. That's always the highest on the list. The fatigue, and then the like unexpected symptoms.
Yes.
Yep.
And the like way that it always likes to go up and down. Always so fun.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because like
Bringing it all together just like makes sense.
this past, I want to say summer, I suddenly started tremoring, and it's like out of the blue. So I'm like freaking out, thinking, okay, there's something else. Maybe there's something else going on, and so I go through the doctors, and they're like, oh no, it's just CRPS. It'll do whatever it wants, but it's kind of that exhaustion though. If, finding all of these new symptoms that just decide to pop up out of nowhere and trying to make sure that you're, mindful of all of them and trying to figure out triggers and all of that stuff is very exhausting. And then on top of that, your body literally makes you exhausted.
Yeah.
And I don't think a lot of people really realize at how exhausting both sides of that are. It takes so much of our energy just to kind of get up, get dressed, and, go make breakfast.
And like normal people who are just like, they had a bad sleep, they're like, what? It's you're just tired. And I'm like, no, you don't understand.
Right.
Like, this is like epic level tired. This is brain not functioning tired. This is body not moving tired. And it's not tired because I did a thing. Like, that is such a different feeling. And so when I was getting into like the personal training and stuff, I always kind of hated how people were like proud and excited that their body hurt after a workout. And I was like, fucking, I just have to wake up for that. Like, what do you mean you're like, your workouts aren't supposed to actually hurt, right? But then like, I kind of like thought about it more and I was like, oh no, you know what? I get it. Because like, you did a thing. You can feel physically that you did a thing. And that kind of hurt is different. It feels weirdly satisfactory.
Right.
Whereas when you just wake up with it and you're just like, for no reasons other than just obviously because my body is chronically a problem, it's so much harder and it's so much more exhausting to even just deal with that concept.
Yeah.
And you made a great point, because so many people will say, oh, well, just get some more sleep, or if you just take a day, and it's as if it's like, if you sleep throughout the day and all of a sudden you're refreshed. It doesn't work that way.
Nope.
It's like, what people don't understand is that when you have a chronic illness, chronic anything, and you are exhausted and tired, what it is that it's like years and years and years of not getting more than 2 hours of sleep put together.
Yeah.
And
and the crazy thing is like, I wear like the little Fitbit thing, and it tells me like, it's like, no, you got 8 hours of sleep, because I went to bed at like 7, woke up very early, but and I still don't feel rested. Like, I still feel like I've been run over by a truck, because like during that sleep, it was like I was never like fully asleep. I was always kind of like in and out, because every time I moved, one of my joints would like act up and hurt, or something. It's always something. So the long story short of it, the reason why I even started this whole statement, I have been trying to shorten my introduction. And instead of saying chronically ill and neurodivergent, I've been going with chronically exhausted lately. Okay. And I think it fits us, because like that seems to be the one thing that's really connects the chronically ill, the disabled, the neurodivergent. It is actually just that we are chronically exhausted. Yes, and that is just the hardest part. And so like so much of what I do is just focused around making all of the things easier. That's what I want to do for people. It's just like, if I can put all of the information in one place and then give you the tools and then give you the support all in one, so you don't have to jump around. Like, that is the hardest part about being an entrepreneur. And like, because I mean, most of us don't go into it with a business degree, obviously. We're all starting here from being like, well, I guess I need to survive and make money from home now. Yep. Let's figure out what I can do. And like, so most of us are trying to like piece it all together, and we're trying to find whatever works the cheapest and whatever, like, and there's so much advice out there, so much. So my biggest goal is really just bringing it all together and helping everyone grow their businesses with less energy taken, because it's so much.
So I have a question about you starting that business of the one-on-one support. I went to school and got the whole life coaching certificate, and I never had the confidence to actually go and do it. I never felt like I was educated enough or knew enough or was qualified to do it. So I never had the confidence to actually get a client. How did you kind of build that confidence and know that you were quote unquote good enough to go for it? Or did you not care and you just did it?
I have a really bad answer for this one. I think this touch of autism that I may have has also given me the audacity to just believe that I can do anything.
Okay. That's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that.
And like, it's weird because like in coaching, I struggle to understand people who lack that confidence, because it's not something I just like, I learned the thing, I knew the thing, and now I want to teach the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how my brain processed it. And it never once questioned whether like, you know, maybe I could, maybe I couldn't. And when I get on a call with a person and I talk to them through it, like I have also like this is information I have hyper focused on for years.
Right.
This is a years, like almost a decade's worth of hyper focus on learning all of these techniques and all of these things that I know now and all of these things that I teach. So like, I guess time really, and also just, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly. And it's weird to say this to you, but she'll get it. I've always just kind of said like, would a white man just have the confidence to do this with no training?
Yeah.
Probably. There's a lot of them that totally would and totally are. And they're doing a really crappy job at it.
Yep.
With some like really toxic messages. So
Yes.
at the very least, like I could probably do it and really help a person. And that's always just kind of given me the confidence. And I mean, if you get into doing something and you're not great at it, now you know.
Right.
Right.
But if you don't try,
You never know.
you don't know.
Yeah.
So like, and what's the worst that can come from trying? I don't know. I think this might just be like the neurodivergent switch was never turned on in me. I never really got like embarrassed very easily, which was good because I think I did a lot of embarrassing things because socially I'm awkward.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's so awkward. So I mean, like I never had like the confidence to be like in a group of people. But when it comes to like talking one-on-one about the topics that I've spent so much time on,
How can you not be confident?
it's I mean, this is like my thing. This is what I know. Like if you want to talk marketing and how to build up a business and some of the systems that you can put in place, like this is my thing. This is what I know. This is what I've spent 10 years like.
Yeah, that makes sense.
On.
I think that's the difference.
Yeah,
You
I
were more
also
involved than I was.
I ran a workshop the other day about how to create a fatigue-friendly work schedule.
Mm-hmm.
It went fantastically, loved it. It was so fun. And then one of the girls asked me afterwards, you know, at what point did you feel like you don't struggle with this stuff anymore? And I was like, well, you know, to be really for real, like I still do.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can come off really confident and I can come off like I know all of these things because like I've spent a lot of time learning these things.
Mm-hmm.
But also I am still a neurodivergent person with a chronic illness and chronically like exhausted, and I still deal with like the mental health side of, you know, having all of those things. So like, yeah, no, I struggle with these things.
Mm-hmm.
I just, you know, I know the skills to pull myself back out of it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So I struggle slightly less. And she asked to like, you know, when did I find that I started struggling less? And it was like, as I learned more,
Mm-hmm.
you know, when I learned how to listen to my body, when I learned how to make rest part of the strategy, that's like a big thing. Like I learned how to like make time to actually stop.
Right.
Even though the rest isn't always restful, you still have to make time for it. And I learned how to do a lot of things in just like easier ways.
Mm-hmm.
And as I did that, I had slightly less hard days, not none.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, just the other day, like when I was saying I forgot to take my pills. My instant, like my brain went to like, oh my God, the pills aren't working. Like something's worse. Like I am flaring. You know, like all of these things, like my brain went to instant worst case scenario. Till I was looking at my journal and my planner and like remembered, it was like, oh, did I? And then like I was like, I still had to like, I was like, why? Just like, why did I have such a hard day with this when I know that this is just a day? I'm gonna maybe have a better day tomorrow, maybe not. It's gonna keep going, apparently forever and ever.
Yep. And I think sometimes you get used to how you feel with the medicine, so when you're off of it, it doesn't feel right. You think something's wrong when really that's your normal. The medicine just hides it.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing, is that sometimes the medicine is too good. Like for me, sometimes I feel like when the medicine is working and all that stuff, I think, oh, well, then I'm not disabled. I'm fine now. And it's just been in my head, and it's like, because it works too well. And then sometimes I've stopped taking the medicine thinking, oh, well, I'm cured, I'm fine, I don't need it anymore. And then it like comes back with a vengeance, and it's like, wow, I'm so stupid, why did I do that?
And you didn't listen to me.
No, I didn't. But it's like a never-ending cycle of when the medicine works, sometimes it gaslights you into believing that you're fine, and you're not.
Just another thing normal people will never understand.
Yes.
Like the way that we can be like tricked by our own bodies into being like, wait, have I been faking this whole time? What's happening? Maybe I'm totally cured. And then like an hour later,
Never
all
mind.
of a sudden your like energy tanks completely. You're like, oh no, I'm not.
Yep.
And
It's such a roller coaster.
it is. And I kind of feel like part of it is because I'm learning to unmask. As an AuDHD person, I had masked for so long, and peeling back those layers, trying to discover who I am as an AuDHD person, as opposed to the person that is presented. I think sometimes that kind of plays a trick into thinking, oh, well, am I faking this? Is this really what I do? And when people say, oh, I do X, Y, and Z stims, or that's how I feel, and I'm like, I do that too. Wait a minute. No. It can't be me. I must be faking it. I must be just assuming that's what they do, so I got to do it too. And
that weird part of unmasking where you're almost forcing yourself to do the things that you like. Part of you knows you've always wanted to do, but part of you still feels like you have to hide. I was actually like talking about this with my husband the other day. I've always been a person who does the with echolalia. The repeating stims, and like when you're a kid, that's not weird. Like when you just repeat a quote that you've just heard or something because it just like scratches your brain, not that weird. But as you become a little bit older, people start looking at you strange. So it was something that I really had to like pull back. And now I'm alone all the time, so I'm just like watching TV and like stimming to myself, and like I've been trying to like just let that flow all day while I'm alone. And I had to like tell my husband, I'm like, hey, so like if I just do this is why. It's not weird, just ignore me. Like if I'm if I'm bothering you or whatever, please tell me. But like
I have
but I just like I felt like I had to warn him. I'm like,
yep.
So this is what this is. This is what I'm learning about it. I do this all day while you're not here. I think my dog's annoyed with it, but
and I find that like I'll do accents, like it just automatically I want to do accents in certain situations, because it's like I think of myself, oh my God, you're being so weird, so annoying. And then it's like, but I can't help it. If I watch certain shows, I will pick up the accent and I will talk in that accent, and I can't help it. And for the longest time, I just assumed it was a quirk. And then when somebody says, oh, it's echolalia, I'm like, oh my God, it is. And it was just like, wait a minute, that is my stim kind of thing. And for the longest time, I always thought it was just some weird quirk of mine, and that I just wanted to be annoying by, doing an accent that I knew people would be kind of annoyed with.
Yeah. No, and one of the weird points where I started to pick up that like I was totally doing this, and it's always just noises, just like noises or just like sentences or whatever from like, oh my god, like the TikTok things. Like I just, it's just like a constant stream of TikTok going through my brain pretty much, like with weird noises and sounds and stuff like that. And sometimes they come out, and I really noticed it when I was filming vlogs. And like then I had my like mic on, and like even as I would walk away from the camera and I would stop thinking about it, I'd be like like making little noises or whatever, and like and I'm like watching back at it and I'm like,
yeah,
I do stuff like that all the time. I never thought about it.
So many noises.
And that's the thing is like when you read the definition of ADHD and autism, I sat there, I read the definition, I'm like, oh, that's not me. That's definitely not me. And then when I started reading people's descriptions of how they live with it and what their stims might be, or what, just, it's not straightforward of, ooh, look, a squirrel. It can be all of a sudden you have to make a sound, or all of a sudden you're super hyper focused on reading a certain subject, and then you get bored with it and you're done. Yeah. And then you might come back to it later and
like time blindness.
Yes.
And the executive dysfunction, that like inability to just start doing a thing, even though you totally want to do the thing. It's something that you really enjoy doing. Like, you know that it'll make you happy to do it, but you can't do it. And like on the outside, everybody sees this as just like, we're lazy.
Right.
But absolutely not. Like, working with chronically ill and neurodivergent entrepreneurs, I can 100% say that like most of us are absolutely not lazy. We have so much motivation and so much want to do so many things. We're just stuck in these bodies that give this outward appearance of being lazy and not wanting to do things and needing to rest all the time. And I get what it looks like, but that's just not what's going on inside.
Not at
like
all.
99% of us, like, I don't know, maybe there's a 1% out there that are happy to chill, but that's not most of us.
No, because
we're
like
highly motivated.
There are times that, like, throughout school, I would want to do projects. I would want to volunteer and do certain things. And as soon as it's like, it would start and I'd have to do something, I would freeze. And it would be like, my brain would be like, but you don't know what to do. You don't know what you're supposed to do. And you'll never get it done in time. And these things, swarm in my head, even though I really, really want to do, writing or reading a certain book. And it's just like, I can't get the...
Look.
It seems like you have no motivation to do it, but you really do have the motivation. It's just that initial step can be so paralyzing.
Look at our past, 2 attempts at doing a podcast. Or we didn't do guests, didn't have guests, and we wouldn't, we were motivated, wanted to do it, but we just wouldn't make the time to do the next episode.
Oh my gosh, I have so many things on that list. And sometimes too, a lot of what I've learned about working with, especially with the neurodivergent brain, it's learning to harness it, I guess, and just figuring out what does work.
Right.
Because for me, it's deadlines and it's last minute. So if something's coming up last minute and I'm struggling all month to do it, I'm probably going to finish it in that last week, last minute kind of thing. And I know that. So I don't get as stressed about it. I still stress because I worry that what if this time I can't finish it in the last minute?
Right.
I know I'm going to, but it's just learning to how to work with all those things, and how understanding a neurodivergent brain helps so much.
Yes,
and
it does.
I hate all the motherfuckers who said don't give them labels, don't get them tested. That'll make them feel bad. No, bitches, you know what made me feel bad? Being called weird and lazy. Being told to talk a lot all the time.
Or not enough. Or you're too too crazy
I
here or
was the
too
kid that
quiet
talked too
there.
much. And for so many people, like it was the constant thing. It was the narrative of my life. She talks too much. The teachers all say she talks too much. The adults all say I talk too much. Bitches, that was ADHD in a girl.
Yep.
Like, thank you very much for making me feel like crap about that. Do you wonder why I don't talk to you now? Like,
Yeah.
Yep. I was the opposite. I didn't talk enough, and everyone always made it clear how quiet I was.
I
Yeah,
talked
and
a
it's
lot,
like-
but I
it
stopped
just
after a
makes
bit.
you want to just say, like, okay, well, like, how about you guys shut up for a little bit? Like,
Yeah.
why don't you try it?
But I mean, I went through that. You talk too much. You talk too much. You talk too much. And so I purposely stopped.
Yeah.
And
And then
I
have a
think,
problem with that.
I ended up with a problem with that. And I felt bad because it's like there are times when I wanted to say something and I'm like, no, nobody wants to hear it. Nobody's going to care. So then I
it's
just locked it in.
internalized.
Yeah.
I horribly internalized everything and just left it there to sit and rot and fester
Yeah.
because I felt like there was something wrong with me. And I think that it is important to get those labels because it makes you understand your thought processes way better than if you just, oh, you don't need it because you're doing so well in school.
Yeah.
I'm burnt out because of that.
And I can say now, talking a lot's a good trait to have as a podcaster.
Yeah, definitely.
If I didn't have her, my episodes would be about 5 minutes long.
I know I've been using Threads a lot lately, and it is honestly just, it is a dumping place for
Yep.
everything in my brain. Like, oh, I want to talk about this. Oh, I want to talk about this. Like, just all the things. And I was laughing the other day because it's, it's working for me. I'm getting a good amount of followers on Threads.
Yep.
Like, fantastic. And I was like, so turns out talking a lot helps.
Yeah. I can talk when it comes to like typing it out, but not when it's actual talking out loud.
Yeah,
So
unfortunately,
I like Threads.
While I'm good at talking to people one-on-one, put me in a crowd, I'm done. Put me in front of a crowd, I could actually probably like lecture on some things as long as they're not allowed to interrupt. But like put me on camera by myself in a room where I'm like talking to no one. I suck at it so much. And I want to get better at it because I want to be able to create content that is better for all of the learning styles. So like I'm a writer. I love writing. I do blogs very well. Words not a problem when I'm writing.
Yep.
But if I have to like just talk to the camera, and I want to make courses and stuff like that that have like the audio and visual side of it as well, because I understand that everybody learns differently. Freaking burden of education there. So now I hate to put something out that not everybody can learn from, and so now I have to get better at actually. Weirdly, I actually have to get better at talking to myself, and I never thought that was a thing.
Yeah. But actually, they say that talking to yourself is a sign of intelligence. So, and it is, because you're kind of talking out the problem and you're talking out the solutions.
If you can't carry out two sides of a conversation with yourself, I don't trust you, honestly. I don't.
Yeah.
I totally and that's always the thing. I was like, people that can talk to themselves, like, not just like talking to yourself, just like mumbling whatever, but like people who can actually have that two-sided conversation, see both sides. I mean, honestly, I've always found it to be like, another one of those things. It's a blessing and a burden at the same time. Like I can see both sides of things, so it makes it very hard to be upset at somebody when you're like, no, I can fully understand why they did that, even though I'm still mad at them. You just want to be angry, but now you can see it. But no, definitely, I think that is absolutely a sign of intelligence, being able to work those problems out with yourself, talking back and forth. Sometimes, though, I do tell my husband that I need him to just sit there and listen to me talk to myself. And I'm like, oh, no, I actually did not need input on this.
Yeah. Don't always need advice.
Yeah, that's another thing that a lot of people don't understand, is that they automatically assume that if you're telling them something, then they have to give you advice on something. And it's not always that. Sometimes it's just we need you to listen.
Yeah. My husband and I figuring out our neurodivergent brains together has been really fun. I was the kind of person who was like, okay, there's something wrong. I need to learn what it is. I need to learn everything about it. And I wanted to understand it. I wanted the label, all of that. He was more, he grew up with the side of like, why do you need that? Like, this is just the way we are, like, whatever. Like, and now, like, as he learns more and as he understands more, he's like, oh, okay, like, I can see it. And, like, every once in a while, we have to, like, stop and have, like, that, like, proper conversation. He's like, so we had one the other day. He was like, I need you to tell me all of the steps and the end goal, not just the next step. Because if he can't process the whole thing, he can't do it. So we were like making dinner or something. And I said, we were making pineapple chicken. And he's like, okay. So, but like, he didn't have a concept of like what that was going to look like, cut up pieces of chicken in a sauce. Like, so I was like, oh, okay. So like, I explained it all. He's like, oh, okay, go. And then what was it? I said the other day, it was more just that I needed just like slightly more detail in the descriptions that he was giving me, don't just tell me to go get the tool, like tell me which tool, where it is. Otherwise I'm going to walk out there and go, what? Like,
right.
My brain's going to stop. And, it's just learning those little things. It makes such a difference. And like when you're growing a business and starting these things and running a podcast and like, just knowing these things about yourself, it makes such a huge difference. I've actually, like, with my podcast, I've been trying to do the opposite of what you guys are doing. I'm trying to, like, cut back that little bit. I found, like, has no problem finding people who want to come share their stories, right? I love that. I think, like, we're both having a very easy time with that.
Yeah.
But so for a while, I was filming 2 or 3 a week. And now I have a bit of a backlog that needs to be edited, and it's just me. It's just me over here running all the things, trying to, do the service provider, podcast, blogger. I promise, like, if you work with me, I will tell you not to do this, but I seem to be physically incapable of cutting back, so.
Yeah. We can't say no. If a guest comes wanting to be on our show, we can't say no.
So I stopped taking new guests for a little while so I can catch up on things, because I'm also like, I've got enough to like schedule out into like May, I think.
Yeah.
Once a week, which is what I want to do. So I had to like step myself back.
Yeah, we haven't reached that point yet of figuring out how to step back.
No.
Because it's like, for me, I'm terrified that if we step back, we'll forget and then we'll stop.
But you don't have to stop. You just have to take a step back, which means
just do a little less.
Yeah,
lightly less. Yeah,
and
but like,
it's
only
like,
if it's overburdening you. Like, you guys sound like you're having fun with it.
We're having a
still.
blast.
Like,
We love it.
We love
There's
it to
2
pieces.
of you too. That helps.
Yeah.
Do you both do the editing?
No.
No,
That's all me.
Yeah, that's usually him. I'll listen sometimes, but it's all on him to do.
But we don't publish the video, so editing the audio is a lot easier than editing video and doing all that. So, I mean, the system takes out all the silences and all the weird stuff, so I just have to listen and cut out anything. Yeah. So, editing's not that hard yet.
I find that like editing the video hasn't been too difficult because like, and I mean, I've just been using Riverside to do everything. And so it does like the same thing, like it, does the audio and everything, and it posts just the audio. But the video hasn't been too difficult to deal with. But it's just like, and all it is, like, it's the same thing. Like, it really is just a matter of sitting down and listening to it.
Right.
And I enjoy that. I like to listen to it. And, you just have to pay enough attention to, like, catch those certain words. I have to listen for any time anybody says my name because it will spell it wrong in the captions.
Yep.
It's a jerk. And it has spelled it, like, 3 different ways now.
Wow.
Someone, I don't know, one of the people, the way she was pronouncing my name, it came up Randi, Rundee. I don't even know. So I had to like catch it every time. Yeah. But other than that, like, and it's another one of those things I love doing, but it's an executive dysfunction issue that I have not seemed to like been able to find my way of doing.
Yeah. Around the holidays last year, we were going to take off from like the mid-November until January. Have the holidays off. Yeah, that didn't work.
Nope.
I think we had 2 weeks off total. We kept saying yes to people, and we didn't want to push them out too far. So we were like, yeah, we'll put you in there.
Yep.
Yeah, we're really bad at saying no, but you're right. We love it, so it works.
Yeah, I mean, if you're loving it, like, that's my thing, is I keep overburdening myself with all these things, and but at the same time, I love doing them. And, you know, I kick myself for it when I'm tired and feeling stressed, but then after I do the things, I'm like, oh, that was so much fun. I love that.
I understand that 100%.
Yep.
So, whatever. I can't choose a thing to do, so I just trying to balance it all. It's the fun part about having ADHD, and everybody says that you have to, like, this was one of those things that I had to, like, get over when I started my business, was like, that everyone was like, you have to focus on one thing. Just one thing, pick one thing. And I will say for sure, Z's, if you are running on just like low energy, pick one thing. Just do one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Get really good at that one thing so that it flows so easily, and then try another. Do what I say, not what I do. The ADHD in me is just like, hey, so like, how about we pick up another thing? You know, why don't we start a podcast on top of the blog? Like, obviously, we totally should.
Yep. I do that too. And it's like, and then I panic and I'm like, oh no, I've got too much. And then I start thinking, well, I've only got like 6 months to do it. It's too much time. It's too much time. And then it's like, I start slowly doing it, and then towards the end, it's like when I get everything together and I'm like, wow, I was able to do that. That was so cool. But I hate having too much time.
Yeah.
Because I panic throughout most of it, and then I do it in like the last 30 minutes that it needs to be done.
Isn't it just the funnest game playing like with ADHD? Like, so great. I love it. I honestly feel like this is a video game. We've been set to hard mode.
Yes.
Yep.
Like, it's not even fair. Somebody turned off half of our mobility. Like, what? We needed that. Not even fair. But
and speaking of video games, like, I cannot do those horror video games where you have to go and find pieces and all of that stuff. I have to read it to be able to do it, because I cannot for the life of me figure out where to look of anything. And so I'll have somebody else play it, of course, and I will read to them how to do it.
Not me.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, I made you do it.
No, like open world games, like that new Zelda one, where it was just like an open world and you get to just go figure out what you want to do. And I was like,
nope.
No,
I can't do it.
No, let's go back to Mario. You walk that way, jump over the thing.
Right. That I can handle.
Do a thing and punch it, and you're good. Like, I like those ones.
Those I can do, or like the racing games.
Set instructions.
Exactly. But like trying to play something like, what is that horror game that?
Resident Evil.
Yeah, Resident Evil. And you have to find specific guns or specific ammo or, health packets. And I'm just like, which way do I go?
Yeah. Those have never been my thing. I'm more of a cozy gamer. I couldn't do the horror ones. I don't need any more of that. I do love the Resident Evil movies, but I don't need any more horror.
I love horror. I love horror games. I just cannot do it because they require so much. It's like they make me feel stupid because I can't figure out the puzzles. I can't figure out where I'm supposed to go, what direction or anything like that. And they have those stupid little maps, and it's like I can't read the fucking map.
And then you ask your 10-year-old kid, and they're like, "Idiot, you just go there. It shows you right there."
Yeah. And
happens every time.
But it's like, and for the longest time, I thought I was so stupid and that there was something wrong. And then when I realized it's because of being neurodivergent that we each have our little niches that work for us, then it's like, oh, okay, I'm not stupid. It's just these types of games are not for me.
Yeah. Honestly, like, you don't even have to understand neurodivergence. Just understanding, like, the different ways people learn and people, like, because we all do, like, even neurotypical people have different ways that they're going to learn and do things. They just seem to process things slightly easier, but you know, they're just playing on easy mode. That's not even
Right.
it's not even hard. They're playing on story mode.
Yeah.
Like, everyone just, like, you know, steps out of their way. Oh, they're all easy to kill. It's fine. It's good. They're just playing on story mode. We're playing on, like, hard mode, and none of our settings are correct for what we need.
Yep.
And yeah, and just, like, I mean, sometimes even just looking at it like that doesn't, like, that helps me so much. Like, I'm like, it's just a game setting, honestly, that got messed up, and now I have to play with this. Like,
Yeah.
it's what it
And
is.
it makes sense.
Yeah, like, and that kind of mindset has helped me, I think, overall in life.
It does help. And like, for instance, I flip things. Like, for instance, like piano. What I'm supposed to play with the left hand, I want to play with the right hand.
Oh.
And so I flip things throughout a lot of stuff. And I find that because before I would be like, you know, that's so stupid. What the hell's wrong with me? You know, you can't do it that way. But then it's like, now that I understand what my brain is, it's like, oh, I can give myself grace. I can slow down and say, okay, no, you can't flip the piano around. But if you know, take a few minutes and then I can figure it out. Instead of being in this panic mode of, I got to hurry up and figure it out. What's wrong with me?
Yeah.
And
yeah, I definitely, like, have that, like, I stress less when my brain feels like it's not quite working. Like, you know, when I go into, like, that freeze mode, that executive dysfunction, I'm like, it's more of a, oh, fuck, I'm doing this again? Instead of the, oh my God, what's happening? Why can't I? It's more of just like, fuck, this is where we are. All right, so pull the cartridge out, blow on it.
yep,
Yep.
I'm drunk for the older folks.
tap it a little.
Yeah, we can be 7, and if not, we're gonna play the game tomorrow. It's fine, whatever. We don't get this today. And sometimes I throw a bit of a fit about that still, but most of the time I can accept it with some amount of grace. A lot of swearing, but some amount of grace.
Colorful swears. Like the other day, something pissed me off, and I was like, what in the anal leakage? So I come up with these things in my head, and I got to say them, and it helps me.
Swearing helps. I don't care if you tell me it's unprofessional.
Oh, it's not unprofessional.
I do not. I'm clearly so professional. No, I don't care. Swearing helps. I like to swear. I find it makes things more colorful. There are not a lot of words that will offend me. I don't like the word crotch, but you know, like, you just, like, it just feels good when you can swear about something.
It
And
means you also
sometimes,
have a better
you know, staring
vocabulary.
at myself, at my body, like, changing it into, like, I other the disability in the brain, and I take it out of me and I get mad at it, and it helps.
Yeah.
I don't know if it is a healthy coping mechanism. Any therapists want to chime in on that in the comments? I would love to hear what we think.
Yes.
I don't know if it's a healthy coping mechanism, but it's a coping mechanism, and I'm doing it.
Well, swearing.
Gotta do what works.
You have to do what works. Exactly. And sometimes the quote unquote healthy way just doesn't work. You know, like, for instance, punishing somebody by putting them in the corner, giving them a timeout doesn't work for everybody. Some people will just sit there and start playing in their mind, or, you know, not realizing
I'd
they're
love to be
supposed
sent
to.
to my room. Please send me to my room. You
Yeah.
mean that place where I'm safe and I have all my stuff?
Yeah.
Our kids,
So-
when we would take something away, they would just go to sleep.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a punishment to them. So then it's like, well, we can't take away the video games. They'll just go to sleep. So what do we do?
Right. And they base it off of neurotypical, not neurodivergent. And so, you know, taking certain things away, they're like, whatever. And, you know, find something else. Or, you know, like I said, you know, putting them in a corner to try and think about what they did doesn't work.
Yeah.
I'm not saying to go get a switch out in the yard and beat them with it either. But you have to figure out what works for, your kid or yourself. And if that is what, as long as it's not beating yourself with a cone or something, that's what matters. Whatever coping mechanism that gets you through the day is what matters. And if swearing is it, I think that is so healthy. It broadens your vocabulary. They say there have been studies that show that people who swear have a much bigger vocabulary than those that don't.
I don't know.
And so,
I thought my parents never figured out that the punishment would have been if they made me stay and hang out with them and continue to have small talk conversations or go and be part of the social situation. That would have been the punishment. But no, they sent me to my room and I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to read my book. I'm going to color. I'm going to, do whatever.
Yeah. Hey, I don't have to do chores. Oh, all right. Yeah.
Well, this room hasn't been rearranged in a week. So maybe I'll just.
Yeah. No, I hated it with a passion when my mom would change the furniture around in the house.
Oh, I'm a mover of everything. I love to.
Me too.
Yeah, he loves it. I can't stand it. I don't know why, but it drives me nuts, and it makes me
You have the same neurodivergence as my husband. He hates it as well. I love to move things around. It's something that just refreshes, but everything's the same. I still know where everything is. I think that's
the part
of the rearranging.
Yes.
I still know where everything is, but I got to get that little bit of a refresh in my scenery. That's one of those things figuring out that because I always knew I had ADHD. That was just but it was whatever, I probably have ADHD, I can't concentrate, whatever kind of thing. I didn't realize how it was affecting me for real. But then it was one of those things that I started to question that there might be something else. Is that I have ADHD for sure, cannot stand a messy space, cannot stand the collection of junk, cannot stand having just things piled away. And
you would have hated me.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is one of those things. I was everybody, all these people with ADHD are talking about having doom piles and messes and not being able to stay clean. And I was if my house looks like somebody's lived in it, I am an unhappy person, on a deep level. So that's where I started being wait a minute. There's something else going on here.
I had a clean pile of clothes and I had my dirty pile of clothes. And my room, to me, wasn't as messy as it could have been. It wasn't a tornado hit it. But I had my stacks. And I needed it. It wasn't junk, asshole. It was specific strategic stuff. And I needed it in that way because if I put it away and made it neat, I would never remember anywhere that I put stuff.
Like the table
I do that too.
Like the table in front of us right now.
Yes.
And then forget where I've put things.
My side has the laptop, microphone, and mouse on it. Her side has everything else.
My medicines, a couple of things of water, my stuffed animal, my pens, and I need it that way. And I don't mean it to be an asshole. It's just I can't function if it's not a certain way.
Drives me crazy.
I can't find things if it's, put away and neat and all of that stuff. It honestly, I will kind of have a meltdown.
Yeah. Whereas I'm the opposite. If there's everything out and I can see it, I go into stress mode. Everything needs to be cleaned and put away, and I need to make this house look like nobody lives here, preferably everything in its spot. And then I'm happy, then I'm good, then I can relax. And
that's kind of how I was raised.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of those things that and I did think for a while, I was this might be just this is how I was raised. I was raised in a very clean house, and then I started to realize how how deep this actually was for me. And I was I don't think I can blame this 100% on my mother.
My mom kept a clean
genetically
house.
Maybe, but not just on the way she was. This might be a little bit of what's just
Yeah,
in my
my
brain.
mom's
But
almost
there were so many
OCD
of
about
those
it.
little things that made me go like, this isn't just
Yep.
this isn't just ADHD. Like, I don't do just that. And like, everybody's different. 100% everybody's different. But when everybody with ADHD is saying this, there's this one guy on TikTok and he does the constantly, like he does the like, my ADHD does this, my autism does this, AuDHD does this. And I'm like, yeah, no, that's correct. I constantly feel like I always picture that like that Pixar movie with the people in the head. But mine's just a little autistic me and a little ADHD me. She's probably a little bit bigger. She's kind of the bully. And then I think that there's like a little tiny neurotypical person in there who's kind of constantly saying, guys, this is what we're supposed to do. And then autism's like, okay, but we have to do it this specific way. We have to do it this way. We have to know all the details. We have to have the times. And then ADHD is like, okay, let's go.
Yep.
Yep.
That's exactly how Inside Out is what you were talking about. And
exactly. I forget it all the time.
I picture at least one other character for me that's just running around in circles, doing nothing, just running around in circles.
The little anxious guy.
Yeah. And like my mom kept a very neat house and it looked like people lived there, not that super clean, but it was super clean at the same time. Like you could eat off of the furniture, you could eat off the floors, you could eat off the walls.
Yeah.
And my mom was so clean. But then you'd get to my room, and it's not that it was dirty. Like I would sweep it, I would vacuum, I would, clean it up. But I had to have my piles.
Yeah.
And
I have piles that move with me too.
Yes.
Do you have your in case I'm gonna need?
Yes. Of course.
I was thinking about that this morning. I thought I was gonna grow out of that, to be for real. I thought like that was a thing that I did because I was young and I was gonna. No, I still move from room to room with a pile of things that I like might need just in case I wanted to.
You never know when you might need something.
Yeah. I thought that was like a really weird thing I did. Turns out not ADHD. Turns out nothing about me is actually as unique as I thought it was, which is slightly disappointing.
Yes, it
but
is.
Also, at
But
least I'm not weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a toss-up. Like, for the longest time, I thought I was an alien. Like, not literally an alien. I knew how babies are made and all that stuff, but I felt so foreign just to everything.
Not a real person. Like, how did I
would have these moments where I felt like, oh, this must be a movie, or this is a video game, somebody's playing me, and this isn't real.
Yeah.
And it's not like, I didn't understand the real versus fake. I did, but it was like, I was not real. I was just this weird thing in the way. And that feeling, though, once I realized that I had those neurodivergents coming, from my brain, it made it so much better. And I was like, I'm not unique. But at the same time, yay!
Honestly, like, that part has been harder to deal with a little bit than the like unmasking side of everything, because like, sure, okay, I can unmask and just like admit who I am, but turns out that person was never like, she wasn't that special, she wasn't that like unique or anything. And then we're all special in our own ways, but also but then at the same time too, like I had a friend message me yesterday and she wanted to push off our coffee meeting, which was totally fine, because she said that she had the focus to actually do the things that she needed to do today. And I was like, bet, go get those things done. Like, I love that for you, please. And like explaining that to my husband, he was like looking at me, I'm like, no, see, this is why I need more neurodivergent friends, because like who else would understand I need to blow you off today because I actually have the focus to get the things done. And then like,
or
I
have the focus to just not be
you
with
have
you.
to use that when you have it. Because if you ruin that, if you just go out for coffee because that was the like thing that was planned, then you might never do those things. I get it.
Right.
I'm the type of person where it's like, I want you to, like, I'll make plans with friends and then it's like, I start thinking, oh, wait, I hope you cancel. You need to cancel. Please cancel. I want you to cancel. And then it's like they cancel and it's like, oh yeah, yeah, we can do it next time. Yeah. In my head. Because
Never upset about it. That's like a strong policy in my business too. Like, oh no, you need to cancel on me last minute. That's fine. Like, did you listen to your body instead of forcing yourself to do a thing? I'm proud of you.
Mm-hmm.
Good job. You did what I was probably going to teach you to do.
Mm-hmm.
So you're winning already. Like, I do not charge fees for cancellations. Like, I mean, give me some heads up if you can.
Mm-hmm.
But also chances are good. I'm just hanging out at home anyways. And when you cancel on me, I'm just going to continue doing the work that I was doing anyways.
Right.
Like, it's not going to affect me that much. And I think that that's one of the, like, it's one of the things that I'm really trying to do differently in my coaching. I really want to make sure that people feel safe to come to me. They know that, like, when they do sign up with me, they're going to get the support and the accessibility they need with it, that I'm going to work with them at where they're at, that I'm going to understand all those things that they feel their weird brain is doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to, you know, probably get why it's doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And be able to work around it and find the flex. Like, it's all about finding that flexibility. And that was the thing that I just didn't find when I was starting my first business. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I found so many coaches who were like, you know, you have to do it this way. Like, that was a big thing. So many people that said you have to do it this way. I was like, well, but that way doesn't work for me or my clients. Like, what do you mean? And they were like, well, but this is the way that works. I'm like, I don't think so. So that was like a bunch of wasted money to be told that. Cool, thanks. You know, and I just, the biggest thing is just finding what works for you.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have answers, but mostly I'm going to help you find what works for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to find the way that your brain can do it, the schedule that your body can work with. And that's going to be the focus of making your business feel like it actually works for you. That's what it's going to come down to.
And I like that because, like, there's so many times when you try to start a business and they say, well, you need a blog and, or, you
Yeah.
know, you need something like that. And I can't, it's not that I'm a bad writer. I can write well, but
Yeah.
I don't like having to do structured weekly writing. I couldn't keep a diary to save my life.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to do a fucking blog.
Whereas I love that. That works for me. If I could just write everything, perfect. Love that. If I don't have to like do the like re-editing of everything and all of that, like, I'm going to be golden. And like, that's been kind of the biggest thing. Like, people come to me and they ask me like, well, what's the best way to do this? And I'm like, okay, well, but what do you like? You know, you know, there's a lot of people out there, they'll just go like, you know, what is the best kind of content creation? Especially that one, because there are so many options. And I'm like, there's so many things. Like, what do you like doing?
Mm-hmm.
They're like, well, what's going to actually get me there? I'm like, not what you don't like doing. So let's focus back. Like, I can tell you what's happening in the markets these days. I can tell you what's, you know, what content creation and everything is popular and what it's doing and where it's going and all of those things. Like, just an annoying amount of that is in my head. Like, I don't love it all the time. But it's always going to come back to what you like doing. If you like talking to a podcast, if you like filming and acting things out, start a YouTube. If you like to write, start a blog. Overall, personally, I will say that like everybody should have a website of their own.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that because the world is weird and you can't trust most of the corporations and the apps that we're building off of right now.
Right.
You need to have a place of your own where you can sell your stuff, where you can show your personality, where people can go to find you. Beyond that, build it however you want.
Mm-hmm.
Put what you want on that homepage. Add in whichever version of content you like doing.
Mm-hmm.
Probably don't depend entirely on social media because...
It's
Again,
fickle.
those apps are not really made for like furthering us. They're
Right. No.
actually, they couldn't care less. But just find what you like and
Mhm.
do what you like at a pace that works for you.
Yes.
Yep.
Because as long as you're not trying to force your body into anything that it doesn't like, you are going to be able to find a way that works. And it's not going to look like everybody else's.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fine.
And that's the key, though, is
Yes.
that if you can't sustain it, then it's not for you.
Exactly.
If you don't need to do it every day. You don't need to do
No.
it at the pace that, they quote unquote neurotypical or able-bodied people can do.
Yeah.
We're different, so we can be different.
Do it at the same pace as other neurodivergent people. I
Right.
put out a lot of content. I'm aware of that. But I figured out my ways of doing it, and that is the way my brain processes things. Some people don't like doing that. So don't do that. Do something else. Find what works. As long as you're not pushing your body beyond what it can do and, finding what works for you,
Yeah.
you're going to be able to find a way.
Yeah.
Also, community. And this is where I'm going to throw in my shameless little pitch here
I was
because
about
Go
to-
ahead.
I was about to tell you
because
to.
this is why we do this, right?
Yep.
I was just editing our podcast that we posted on my show, and that's what we were talking about a lot, was how these podcasts are bringing us together. And it was such a fantastic reminder of why these communities are so important. And so that's why I'm trying to build my free community, because it is very important to me that it is not gate-kept at all. It is a place where people can come and connect and talk to each other. And part of it is just that not feeling alone and feeling like somebody else actually understands the issues you're dealing with. But a lot of it too is that we can help each other grow, because most of us are creating content for each other. Most of us who are chronically ill and neurodivergent are creating content for people who are chronically ill and neurodivergent.
Yep.
So we might as well have a place to promote it to each other. So my free group is all about promotion. We want to see your blogs, your videos, your podcasts, your everything. We want to see your products. We want to see your business. We want to know what you're doing. And we're also there to answer questions. Are you having tech issues? Are you not sure what marketing thing you want to go for? We've got... It's a Discord group. We've got space for all of those things. We also have a whole for funsies category, because for realsies, we can't keep it that serious.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen.
So tell people how to find it. Where do they go to find it? Where's your
So
website?
if you want to come and join our community, I do have a sign up form right on my website. Right in that top bar, it says join the club. You go click there, sign up. You'll get the link to the Discord in the first email that comes through. We love to welcome anybody who's at any stage in growing their business, whether they're just starting and trying to figure it out, or they've been growing for quite a while. We want to see everybody, chronically ill, disabled, and neurodivergent business owners. We also have our little directory, which I love and is growing very quickly, and I'm so excited about it. I have a directory on my website of chronically ill and neurodivergent business owners that you can go and check out. It has 18 categories. I feel like I might have to figure that out soon, because you can't box us in.
Nope.
You just can't box us in. So we have 18 different categories with over 150 different chronically ill and neurodivergent entrepreneurs and businesses in there now. So whether you're looking for a service provider or to go shopping, you want to support some spoony entrepreneurs, go check it out.
And
if
our
you
podcast.
are one,
Yes.
you can add your listing for free. Buttons right there. You just sign up, put all your information in, put all the information in, people. Give me all of it. I want to see your pictures. I want to hear your pitch. I want to hear about your featured products. It actually amazes me sometimes how much people don't take advantage of the fact that they get to write whatever they want. You can really promote yourself in there. Do it. Put it all in there. And just because I love just building this community. I love this connection. It makes me so happy.
Yeah.
For a hugely introverted and moderately antisocial person, building this community has been one of the best things I have done in a long time. Getting to connect with people like you guys and all of the other people that have been on my podcast. I've had such amazing guests so far. Isn't it just so fun getting together and talking?
It is.
It is.
And most of them are neurodivergent, so we jump on and we talk we're just best friends instantly, because that's what we can do, and it's just lovely.
And
I love it so much.
The beauty of it is that we get to create our own, neurodivergent or not, communities. And it's nice because everybody understands each other. We're not here to compete with each other or anything like that.
Yeah. I started the club, honestly, because I was lonely. I just felt I was nobody understands chronic illness and neurodivergence. And definitely nobody understands entrepreneurship. Like, I need more people
Yeah.
to talk to about the connection of all of these things. So, like, not just my clients, but like also other people out there doing the thing.
Yep.
And so I started the club and I started talking to more people, and it reinvigorated everything. It's like it is what really like made my business feel like it was going to take off. And I love doing those things. I do love doing the coaching as well so much. I love getting into someone's business when they come to me and they just like brain dump all of their business ideas and what they've got going. And I'm like, oh, yes. Okay. So I get to just like untangle this little mess and make a little strategy. Like that's that autistic part of me there for sure. Is that it just loves making all those plans, and it like, to me, that's the same thing as like, I don't know, probably those kids who took apart the VCR. It's like,
Yep.
I want to do that to your business. I want to take it apart. I want to put it together. I want to see how it works, and I want to make it work better. Like, better for you specifically.
Unfortunately, we're out of time today, so I need
that's fair.
I need to wrap it up. Thank you so much for joining us. This has been a blast.
Yes, it has.
Thank you for having me.
Anytime. We love it. We love talking.
And your website's chronicallycozylife.com, is that right?
Yes, it is. Come and find me, chronicallycozylife.com. I'm Chronically Cozy Life on all of the Instagram, the threads, the TikToks, all of the places. And come check it out.
Yes, definitely. Follow her.
All right.
Yeah, thanks. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Othering Podcast by Mike and Dory. Please like and follow us on all of your favorite social media.
The Othering Podcast is produced by LoudCore Productions, graphics by Josh, and music by Jordy James.